And to know more about the possibilities of attendance of Vladimir Putin at the G20 as well as the impact on Indonesia and other countries, we are now connected with Padjajaran University International Relation expert, Teuku Rezasyah. Hello, Pak Teguh.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you. You're still with us and talking about these recent issues. So our first question,
Yes.
what is your reaction as an international political observer to the possible attendance of Vladimir Putin at the G20 summit in Indonesia?
I think it was a surprise, yeah. Ambassador Lyudmila Vorobyeva produced a surprising statement yesterday, saying that Vladimir Putin is intending to attend G20 summit in Indonesia this coming November. As a scholar, I had a surprise and also speechless because this visit will become a strategic moment for Indonesia, Russia, and also the world. For example, for Indonesia, this invitation, which was delivered by President Joko Widodo in Italy last year, and Putin was among the first national leader to confirm his visit, even though introduced other keywords such as COVID-19. But we heard from Ambassador Lyudmila Vorobyeva that he is coming. And for Putin himself, this will become his third visit to Indonesia. Earlier on, there was a state visit in September 2007 to Jakarta, received by President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono. Then Putin came to the APEC Forum in October 2013 in Bali. This was a very memorable moment for Vladimir Putin because in this island, he celebrated his birthday 9 years ago, and President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono played the guitar, singing happy birthday to you, and also responded by other leaders of the world. So this coming visit, sometime in November this year, will be Pak Jokowi's turn to receive Vladimir Putin. This will become Pak Jokowi's legacy, and this will become a very important moment for Indonesia, for Russia, for the bilateral relationship between Indonesia and Russia, for G20, for ASEAN, and also for the rest of the world.
Right, interesting keywords come from you, Pak Reza. Surprise and special at the same time. So our next question is, what would Putin's attendance mean for Indonesia and other G20 countries?
Well, of course, there are perspectives, yeah. This is a very difficult question being faced by all G20 countries, yeah. This is a hot potato, difficult to handle, because in the eyes of most countries in the world, Russia is under the microscope. And for Indonesia, this is also a hot potato because considering the pressures done by foreign countries, I think Indonesia will remain non-aligned. Yeah. G20 summit may be conducted on time. That's one possibility. The next possibility is to be conducted at another time, but in early 2023, but still in Indonesia. Of course, this will bring implications to G20, for example. Who will come and who will not come? There are many countries against Russia at the moment. The top one is the United States. Then come 3 non-NATO countries in the Asia-Pacific region. In this case, Canada, Australia, and Japan. And later on, 5 NATO member countries, UK, France, Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands. And for the above-mentioned 9 countries, Putin's visit to Indonesia represents a maskirovka, meaning a combination of Russian strategic, political, and diplomatic means to change the opinion of the world on Russia, and later on supporting Russian national and international interests. No wonder the above-mentioned 9 countries are showing their reluctance to if Putin is coming. But there are also 5 countries who tend to come, such as Brazil, China, India, Saudi Arabia, and South Africa. And then also there are 4 countries in wait-and-see position, such as Argentina, Mexico, South Korea, and Turkey. These last 4 countries are seriously examining all developments surrounding the ongoing Russia-Ukraine crisis. And for Indonesia especially, as a host and also the strong supporter of the non-aligned movement, this is an excellent time to consistently support G20 as a multilateral platform connecting the world's major developed and emerging economies. This is the right time for Indonesia to securing global economic growth and prosperity as represented by the G20 member countries. They represent 80% of the world GDP, 75% of international trade, and 60% of the world population. And this is also the time for Indonesia to prove its credibility, as we had launched our tagline, recover together, recover stronger. Again, this venue could become an excellent platform to inform the world that G20 has been doing what we have been doing during this pandemic to achieve a stronger and more sustainable world economy and to show all Indonesian achievements at the national and local levels to the rest of the world. So this will become a very important event. So I think as a scholar, I think it is very important for us to have Vladimir Putin this coming November.
Yes, and then my next question is, what should Indonesia prepare, and let's say what step-by-step preparation that Indonesia should do from now on related to status of G20 presidency?
Well, in my opinion, Indonesia and Russia, we need to work strongly to increase the current bilateral relations, to embark from the comprehensive partnership to strategic partnership. And in this case, bilateral relationship will have to incorporate various levels of cooperation at both the national level and subnational levels, linking actors of state and non-state actors, covering issues beginning from political, defense, security, economic, social, and cultural, not to mention education, environment, along with research and development in the areas of state-of-the-art of technology. And then Indonesia should also welcome Russian giant companies such as Lukoil, Sberbank of Russia, Gazprom, and Tatneft, Rosneft, Transneft to open their offices in Indonesia. And by doing this, business actors can learn directly and experience the cordial bilateral relations between the two countries. And also it is about time for Indonesia to think on the importance of direct trade of the two countries, among others, reopening direct flights linking Jakarta and Bali to Moscow, and permitting Garuda and Aeroflot to fly, come and go on regular basis. And at the same time, in line with President Joko Widodo's ideas of global maritime fulcrum, it is also necessary to establish direct sea link connecting Indonesian harbors outside the island of Java, for example, Sabang, Bitung, Sorong, to the already established ports in Russia. Yes.
Yes, but at the same time, there are some, let's say, analysis and prediction. If Putin comes to Indonesia, then it won't. It can the message. It can be the message for other countries, Western countries, for specific. They won't come to the G20 summit. So how should Indonesia prepare for that as well, to the rest of the country of the G20 members? In brief.
I think Indonesia needs to convince the world that the issue is it's economics. I think we need to think on the future economy of the world, where we, G20, has a great responsibility to raise our business capacities, to raise our trade capacities. Then we could contribute to the world. So in this case, the statement issued by the Russian ambassador to Indonesia was correct. This is an economic forum. We are supposed to talk economic issues here. So I think there are difficulties faced by Indonesia to convince the rest of the world to refrain from challenging Putin on what is happening at the moment in the Russian borders and also in Ukraine. It is a difficult task for the Indonesian diplomacy at this very moment.
Right. So our last question for now, Pak Reza, Putin's presence may reflect his confidence and belief that the war is proceeding according to his plan. So how do you interpret the psychological meaning of Putin's diplomacy in brief?
I think this is a good time for Putin to explain his regard to the Russian-Ukraine crisis. I'm sure Putin has a lot of stories to say. We have not heard, and he thinks that Indonesia is the best to deliver this message. And of course, following the metrics of introduced by Henry Kissinger, we can say that Putin, he is ideological leader, he is bureaucratic leader, he is a charismatic leader, and also he make decision based on big data intelligence. So I think Putin's arrival will be very interesting and very challenging, not only for Indonesia but also for the rest of the world.
All right, Pak Reza, thank you very much for this fruitful discussion and elaboration related to the issue of the plan, let's say the plan, yeah, the intention of Putin coming to Indonesia for the G20 summit in Bali, Indonesia. Pak Reza, once again, thank you very much for your time. Let's talk soon after this moment, maybe some hour or some day later after this. Thank you very much, Pak Reza.